The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Tuesday, February 27th on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up today with the promo code SGPN and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog to enter our bonus contest. 5 winners will receive shirts, hat, and a $50 gift card. Let's go. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. Preview and picks episode for Tuesday, February 27th. Oh, it's early, as you know, Monday night show, but we do have a couple of outcomes already, and we're going to talk all about it. Couple of wild games that just hit the books. But yeah, we're gonna talk all about it. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh, yes. The time has come. What do they say? The time has come to clean up your own house before you go knocking on the neighbor's door. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the Big 12 College Experience, host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, aka Money Line Mac. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. Heartbreak in the Little Apple tonight. It's always the same game with West Virginia, K-State, West Virginia, Iowa State. Always comes down to the wire. Hats off to K-State. Tang finds a way to extend that unbeaten streak in overtime, man. Unreal.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
And oh yeah, we are joined by, it's Monday night, folks. So we are joined by third man in the booth. They call him the DFS god. I'm gonna go ahead and say he is the bullshit god for we're gonna just get into it. Give it up for the rooftop IPA drinking, homebrew making, tobacco road living, the free luck giving, former Herndon Basketball League MVP. Give it up for NC Nick in the place to be.
All right, we got a big slate Tuesday. Let's jump right in.
Well, I don't get bring the head cold, but
Oh, man.
Oh, not
about?
so fast.
Oh,
Not so fast.
Did something happen over the weekend that I'm not aware of?
Oh, and love the fact that this bullshit network known as ESPN is saying, right now, as I'm watching the game, like past 3 minutes, Filipowski avoids major injury. Now, what even better, they never X-rayed him. Shut the fuck up, ESPN. You are so ridiculous. NC Nick, the people have been asking for you and your take. Brothers are fighting because here's the thing. I'll say from the start, if this was UCLA, NC Nick would be all on our side. I guarantee you. He would be all on our side. Yes. I really believe that. That. You try to change my mind here, but
no, because for me, it's I've been watching this year after. First off, I like court storming. Court storming is very college basketball. I've always been a fan of court storming, but you either do it the right way or you put in a couple of very simple measures that really doesn't take away anything to get the players off the court. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to come on here like some of these ESPN guys and say, oh, court storming is the worst thing ever and it needs to be like the NBA. No, that's never been my take, but I've seen enough watching Duke. I mean, Duke is a team that has been court stormed the most or right up there with other blue bloods like Kansas and Kentucky, et cetera. So I see this a couple times a year, and I'm not a fan of the players having to sift themselves, filter themselves through a huge crowd of unrushing college students. It's just, it can be easily avoided.
No.
Okay. So that's my point.
I
and
think
if
that's
you disagree,
great.
disagree.
Yeah. I think that's great
fine.
because we know Duke is paying more for those players than any other fucking university for the most part, especially Wake Forest.
I don't see why that matters.
They should, because this is their right. This is their time to shine. They beat a team that spends more money on basketball than them.
Okay. I'm not against Wake Forest storming the court.
And to me, if the players can't handle that, that's on them.
Dude, 30 seconds. Give them 30 seconds to get off the court. And you have a little countdown.
No.
And people love countdowns.
No.
And then the fans rush in.
No.
Why do you want to put players in that position? They should not have to do
What
with
are you talking about? When you go to a game, you go through a metal detector. It's not like they're going to have, what's the worst that happens? And no one was even trying to talk to Filipowski. They were running past him.
No. The one guy he pushed, definitely right before he got pushed, he turned right towards Filipowski.
And he went, woo!
Most likely said
which what anyone would do. Which would anyone? That's a road game.
First off, and also, usually in this situation, you defend the player pushing or hitting the student that jumps in his face. I'm surprised you didn't defend Filipowski.
Because he didn't jump it. It was like a drive-by woo. It was not him jumping in the face. We can play the clip. We can play the clip if we want.
You started by saying if it was UCLA. I would say if it was anybody other than Duke, you would defend that player.
No, I would not.
Yes, you would.
Caitlin Clark did it. I just said the fucking same thing for Caitlin Clark.
That was a little bit different.
No, it was not.
If you showed that view of the top view of all the players rushing towards Filipowski, that was a little bit different situation than the one person that ran into Caitlin Clark.
No. It's completely the same. And that guy is not. Look at that. He's not saying any. He's going and he goes woo because he's going past him.
Freeze it right.
Yes.
He looks right at him right there.
But he's clearly going to the middle of the court. You are on very thin ice on this fucking one, man. You are grasping at straws if you think he's just like, yeah.
Okay.
That's normal. I'm not buying this one bit. And I completely disagree. Disagree. And that has nothing to do with Duke.
Your opinion.
It has nothing to do with Duke. I said the same when it was Alabama, Tennessee, because in my opinion, all of this started with Alabama football. They complained to the SEC about Alabama, Tennessee when they took the goalpost to the river, right? They complained about that. Greg Sankey put in, had a big meeting about this, and they were talking about potentially giving up away games or home games in conference based on court storms or field storms, right? That started this movement, in my opinion. It was not Duke. It was Alabama football. But in my opinion, all of it is bullshit. You should do it every single time that you get a chance. Like Wake Forest should do it. That was the biggest win they've had in 15 years. Anyone trying to justify that, get the fuck out of here. That probably put them in the NCAA tournament, providing they don't fuck it up against Notre Dame.
You're talking about others then, because I have no problem with the Wake Forest court storming. I see 2 to 3 teams a year court storm against Duke. I've seen it done right, where there's enough security to filter students away from athletes and to protect the athletes, and I've seen it done wrong, like here at Wake Forest. Now, perhaps, this was Wake Forest's first sellout in 7 years, so maybe they're not used to them court storming, at least recently. But there was absolutely no protection for the athletes.
And Filipowski's
players were on the court.
Full on bitch. We need change. We need change.
First off, let me talk about
2020.
Okay, yeah. Filipowski. Well, so as a Duke fan, he's a very hard player to like. He's moody. He's kind of whiny, and he definitely took it way too far after the fact when he was saying, "Oh, I was targeted and stuff." I agree 100% on that. I lost my train of thought of where I was going before that.
Yeah, but anyway, it started with Alabama, and to me, like the people that argue basketball, at least football, a goalpost going down, I see the danger, but I still say, hey, this is college athletics. This is part of the fun. You storm, be aware that the goalpost is going down. In basketball, there's absolutely nothing. There's nothing worthy of saying this, you shouldn't do this. This is, unless you didn't have metal detectors before your stadium or something where, someone could bring in a revolver or something. That would be the only time I'd be like, what? No. But
I don't know. I don't think we have to go that far. I mean, there's metal detectors in jail, but there's still shanks. I don't think we have to take it that far. I just think it's such an easy fix to have enough security or to do a 30-second shot clock after the game.
The 30-second thing is horrible.
Why?
That is the worst idea.
Why? It's 30
it's stupid.
fucking
They're just
seconds.
Gonna sit there like it's fucking like.
No, they're gonna count. They're gonna
take the
count
natural
down
out of
with
it.
the shot clock. If anything, excitement is going to build because everybody loves a countdown. It's what everybody does on New Year's Eve. Okay, they're going to count down and then they're going to.
That is
bum
the
rush
cheesiest.
the same
That is
thing.
the cheesiest shit I've ever heard in my life. Are we at our 30 seconds before we storm? No, that is a horrible idea.
I don't know.
Horrible idea.
So you are completely unwilling to bend at all. Okay.
Yes.
So
because there's never been a problem.
can't
When has there been a problem?
There's been
This
lots
is not
of
a problem.
problems.
This is not a problem.
Again,
Kyle-
I'm so used to this happening to my team a couple times a year. Whenever I see a court storm, even if Duke isn't involved, I'm watching the opposing players because I know because I've seen fans get into faces, they push. Players don't need to deal with that.
Yes,
after
they
you
do.
play a
Yes,
40-minute
they do.
game. Why do they need to deal with that?
Because that's the fun of playing a road game. This is what you sign up for. They're going to come and make fun of you,
No,
and you
part
have
of,
to be.
Part of the road game is not trying to push yourself away from opponents after the game. I'm sorry, not opponents, but fans.
Dude,
road
Duke
game
fans, Duke fans forever have been putting fucking phone numbers of fucking ex-girlfriends or whatever,
Yeah.
or current girlfriends, right? They have pushed the line on all this shit,
Dude,
and I
that
think
is
that's
so
fair
different.
game.
You are
They
comparing
basically
not.
apples
the
to
inbounder.
oranges.
No,
On
it's
the
not. They
sideline
were
out of
making fun of the
bounds.
one dude for fucking
They're not
having
making
herpes,
contact
right?
with them, Ryan. It's totally fucking different.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Well,
You
there
guys
would have been
are
no
insane. All right,
contact
look,
until
yeah,
Fauci
We can
got
talk
out of the
those for an
way.
hour, but we're gonna agree to disagree. So I don't know if there's any point in going further unless you want.
I would argue the
you're
other
not
one is
changing my
way more
mind. I'm not
personal.
changing your
Yeah.
mind. So,
Yeah, but you're a Duke fan. We're not Duke fans.
but you're Duke haters.
I hate
It wasn't about
Dude,
Duke.
I'll say
until
I said the
media
same
got
for
involved.
Alabama. I said the same for Alabama. I said the same for Iowa or Ohio State, whatever you want to deem, right? And then the same. Mine is consistent on all bases here.
Well, I've never been inconsistent either.
Yeah, because you're a Duke fan, though.
Okay.
You think
well, that's
Alabama,
probably
Tennessee? You think Alabama, Tennessee was
Well,
the same situation?
That's why, you brought up Julius Hodge's comments. Well, Julius Hodge, nobody ever rushed the court after playing NC State. So how can you be in that situation of the athlete?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I don't know.
No, they haven't. Nobody's ever rushed the court after beating NC State.
I don't know. ECU would
Maybe
have
in the
done
Jimmy
that.
V days.
ECU would have done that.
Well,
All right?
ECU wouldn't beat him in basketball. So
Either way, to me, Alabama, Tennessee, I think Alabama's little bitches. I thought Caitlin Clark was a little bitch regarding that stuff. And I still think Duke handled this like absolute bitches.
and then for you to call out Shire, what is Shire supposed to do?
he's
He's
a
not supposed to
fucking
defend his player.
Okay, there's one
Why
thing.
would? And
There's
here's the
one
other
thing
thing too.
defending your player, but to
You have
say to then say, oh, we when are we going to get change?
Why would John Shire want court storming? See, your inability to put yourself in other people's shoes has blinded you here.
No, I understand
Why would the
his
coach
logic.
of Duke want court storming?
He should want it because college basketball is the driving force behind this.
College basketball will be okay if court storming is slightly changed. It's
If
not
they don't
gonna
allow
die.
court storming, I bet you. To me, it'll hurt my fandom of being involved with the sport.
Well, I think it'll be okay.
Now, Bill Self said the same thing though, so he doubled down on your boy Shire.
Right.
Of course, the top
coaches
5
are-
schools.
coaches are
Nick Saban.
Coaches are control freaks. And first off, these are the coaches that get court stormed the most. And that's a situation they cannot control. Why would they want their players having to deal with that after a game? Okay. So to call John Shire a little bitch or something, it was it's so stupid because you're
No, he
not
was
putting
a bitch.
yourself in, you're
No.
not putting yourself in his shoes.
I
You're only putting
am
yourself as
too.
the position of the
Get
fan.
the fuck out of
That's-
here.
no.
I would not say that if I was John Shire. I would not say that.
Well, you're
I
not
would not
John
say
Shire.
that.
You're not putting yourself in his shoes.
I am putting myself in his shoes.
You have the fan perspective, and that is it.
No, bullshit.
You don't have the athlete perspective or the coach perspective, just the fan.
Oh, you
I
are
try
full
to
of
think
shit.
of everybody involved.
Says who? Says who? You.
That's me.
I am looking at it from the coaching perspective too. And I would sit there. Okay, I would defend Filipowski for a second, but I wouldn't say, "When are we doing this?" The Caitlin Clark situation. No, I would not say that.
Again, why would Shire want court storming?
Because it's better for the product. It's better for the product. It pays his salary in a way.
So marginally better, then it's not going to affect his salary at all.
All I'm saying is, so why is that? I haven't seen Rick Pitino bitch about this. I haven't seen a lot of other coaches bitch about this. I know Mike Leach. I know Mike Leach was for it. I wish Mike Leach was around right now because I know Mike Leach was for it.
Well, now we're getting into different sports here, but I wasn't saying
it's all the same. It's all the same, dude. It's all the same.
I've been on both sides of this, and I've got the court stormed against me when we lost. And like I joke, we storm the court every year in Kansas. Never an issue. There's never been an issue until this Saturday and Caitlin Clark. And now I guess we're catching on camera, and it's just blown way out of proportion. And then for Jay Billis, I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean,
everyone should be arrested. He's the fucking worst.
Crime under control in our cities in America, and he wants to arrest students for fucking storming the court.
That's something we can agree on.
Talk about so out of touch in reality. And yes, he happens to be a Duke guy. It's not to bring it back to Duke every time, but Billis is a big voice for the Dukies and for ESPN, and for Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp not to push back on that. What a joke.
That's what I'm saying. You can tell the narrative from the start. The narrative from the start from ESPN, it says Filipowski avoids major injury. Yes. They never even did x-rays.
I wouldn't put it above Filipowski to exaggerate that. Okay.
This is just the most ridiculous shit.
It was the most uncertain injury since fucking Caddyshack when he got hit with the golf ball. He goes, my arm. He goes, is it my knee? Is it my ankle? He didn't know what he hurt. But but they lost. He was in his feelings. He had just turned it over. So
he didn't turn it over.
He was in the play.
That was Proctor.
It over,
I mean, Proctor hot potatoed it to him when he wasn't expecting it because a big man shouldn't expect it right there. But okay, what else do we have to discuss on this matter?
Long live court storming.
Yes, long live court storming, and Stanford Cal is the greatest play of all time. All right. Yes, Seth Davis is the absolute worst at this. He's comparing it to concerts. In concerts, there's a reason why the musicians are on stage. What concerts you going to, man? The concerts I've gone to, the best part is when the musicians are fucking jumping up in the fucking crowd and you got a mosh pit going. You know what I mean? This fucking guy over here. Oh man, don't let me start with Seth Davis. Anyway, folks, long live court storming. Anyone that thinks otherwise, in my opinion, fuck them. All right. Let's get to tomorrow's action. All right. Actually, we got some finals first. We have some finals going down here.
And good old Noah is reminding you to read an ad eventually.
Yeah, I'll do that first. All right. I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Sign up today with the promo code SGPN and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 as well as an instant pickup special. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with the promo code SGPN and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 as well as an instant pickup special. SGPN is teaming up with Underdog too to give you more of a bonus. Sign up now between now and the end of the month, and 5 winners will receive an Underdog hat, T-shirt, and $50 SGPN gift card. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN, and then go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/dog to enter the contest for your chance to win. Noah, what are we looking at for tomorrow?
All right, so again, I'm going with a pick that probably Mac is going to love here. Hunter Dickinson, lower than 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This line is just set way too high. Against BYU, this is kind of just like a sleepy spot for Dickinson. They're at home. He doesn't need to show up and play 100% after this one, especially after their big win over the weekend against Texas. So I'm just saying this is probably not the biggest spot for Dickinson. So this is hit in 6 of the last 8 games that he's played in. So lower than 33.5 PRA, Hunter Dickinson.
There we go, folks. Hop on over there. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, we're back on the college basketball experience, and yes, dueling dance is great content. And I mean, I just can't help, like, this matter is so blown out of proportion. I can't help but laugh at some of the people saying the player side of this. You're a college kid. You're gonna go bong beers. The most ridiculous shit in college you do. You know what I mean? You're gonna be out there partying your ass off in way worse conditions at a rave or at a house party than court storming. Get this bullshit out of here.
I thought we were done.
No, it's the chat. The chat brought it back. The chat brought it back. Anyway, so we have a couple games gone final here. Drexel hit for me 70-60 against the Blue Hens. Told you, explore a brand new world. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Mike Tyson, I don't know, right? Explore a brand new world. Come with me, folks. Easy play. We're on fire, by the way, Mac. What you took Drexel, right?
I stayed away. I actually leaned Delaware. I didn't really have a good feel in that game, but good hit by you.
Yeah. NC Nick, what'd you do in this one?
I was on Delaware too, and I mean, at home, you think they're going to shoot better than 2 of 15 from 3, but they didn't. That's what they shot, and that's why they lost. But like Mac, I didn't bet it.
I then loaded up on North Carolina, and RJ Davis went for 42 fucking points, and they blew a double-digit lead. Now, I don't know that it was ever on the right side. It was flirting with it, but still,
it wasn't
Miami almost won this game. This was a 2-point game with a minute left after it being an 11-point game with 3.5 minutes left. Unbelievable. And if you're a North Carolina fan, you're glad you got out of there without a surprise loss there. Mac, your thoughts as we piss away $100.
Yeah, it was they couldn't extend the lead. Like they would get it to 8-9, then they got it to I think 13. RJ Davis was out of his mind, but you got to give Miami credit. They were shorthanded. We said Pack wasn't going to play. And the line did go up, but they kind of Carolina a little bit playing with their food tonight. They couldn't pull away from Miami.
Yeah, it was actually Pack and Wooga Poplar not playing. So Miami again was down 2 starters. I took Miami here. I definitely didn't feel great about it, but I just thought UNC would kind of just sleepwalk through this game. And sure enough, they did. I mean, I felt like when they got up to 12 or 13, I felt like, oh, okay, Miami's going to fold because they're shorthanded, they're tired. But yeah, credit to them for to continue the fight and get the cover.
Yes, and then Moneyline Mac, I'll thank you because I was not going to bet this before you talked me into it. I know they lost, but they still covered, and that's what great programs do. Nice cover. What a crazy game! They were down 25, I feel like, and they came back, took a lead with 35 seconds left, took a lead, and then in overtime, Jerome Tang. What's his record now in overtime?
Like 12-0. As soon as it went to overtime, I said we're fucked. We're fucked. So, I mean, we're playing better for what it's worth. I mean, it's a lost season. It was going to be a lost season regardless. We've talked about it many of times on this show, but they go to Hilton. They lose by 7. They had the lead with 8 minutes. They go to Manhattan, another hard place to play. They got the lead with 30 seconds. They just beat UCF. I mean, to be honest, I could make an argument that actually my guy's actually doing a decent job. At this point last year, they were 5-10 in Big 12 play. They're 4-11 this year with wins over Kansas, Texas, and Cincinnati and UCF. So I mean, they're fighting. It's a lost season.
Yeah, NC Nick, what'd you
Better
do?
Than laying down, I guess.
Yeah, I was on West Virginia also. This is after starting off, I think 0-6 ATS on the road, they've now covered 2 in a row. So yeah, what Max says, they're battling, they're trying. So yeah, I was on West Virginia, but I only bet 2 games tonight, and the one of them just cashed. So we'll get there. But yeah, I was on WV here.
Jesse Edwards missing free throws was huge, but Rob Donaldson, good point. They could have got it to a 4-point game.
He shouldn't even have had free throws. He should have dunked it, but I don't know what he was doing.
He did the old Charles Smith. I locked up, bet the hell out of Nichols, and this was absolutely insane because Nichols, I think, had like a 26-point lead at one point in this game. And they almost lost. The cover. They won the game by 10, but I was laying 9.5. Nichols gets it done. Let's go. Double lock, right, Mac?
Yep, we'll take it.
NC Nick, what'd you do in this one?
I took Incarnate Word. I missed it by a half point. I got plus 9.5 here, but I don't really bet Southland. So, I look like you guys. I want to win every game I pick, but I was a half a point shy here.
His Dookies was showing there. He doesn't watch the Southland, or he doesn't bet on the Southland. Too good for the Southland.
Too good for it. My nose is in the air.
No, we knew this one. Speaking of nose in the air, we knew this line smelled like shit. Norfolk State was only laying 4 or 4.5, and we were like, why is this happening against Morgan State? I was reluctant. I mean, I didn't bet this game, but I still took Norfolk State -4. They were losing a lot of the game. They ended up winning by 3. Of course, the stink prevails. Mac, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I picked the wrong stink one. Good. I mean, credit them for getting out of there alive, but we talked about it. That line made absolutely no fucking sense why first place was only laying 4.5 against Morgan State. But hey, that's college basketball.
Yeah. Norfolk State. Norfolk. Shout out to Terrell Furman Jr.
down there.
Yeah, get on over there. What are you doing? Currently Howard is up 10 on Coppin State, 10-minute mark. South Carolina State is up 11. We have money riding on the Bulldogs. 43 seconds left still in that game, so hopefully that prevails. And then Bethune-Cookman blew a double-digit lead. They are currently up 1 in overtime.
Unreal.
2.5 minutes as we sweat out Reggie Theus and the Wildcats. And then don't fucking tell me they backdoored this.
Yes, Houston Baptist fucking made a layup. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Ridiculous.
Houston Corpus Christi I lose $100 on Corpus Christi as they blow a 19-point lead and do not cover. They win by 12, but they were laying 12.5. Absolutely fucking brutal.
I got it at 11.5.
Oh, you dirty
there you go.
But
there
I really
go.
can't.
I'll play your music.
I can't talk much smack. I didn't bet it.
Also, currently Lamar is up 1 on McNeese with 14 seconds left. That would be a huge upset. But once again, McNeese clinched, good spot. I didn't have the courage to bet Lamar. I just took him. Mac, did you bet Lamar?
Oh yeah, dude. I sprinkled some on the money line too, man. Like they've been good at home for some reason. And McNeese, we're talking about this with some other guys. Will Wade's is going to be on the carousel here coming up in a couple weeks. So you kind of wonder where his mind's at. He's already probably working on his next gig. So I kind of want to fade McNeese down the stretch.
It's good. It's good angle. But it looks like I'm going to go ahead and play our music on this one.
Would the angle not be they've already locked up the 1 seed in the conference? They're not playing for anything here. At large bid kind of seems like it's in distance.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
Because I disagree. I think I like this team a lot going into March.
I think they're going to be a very, very sexy, trendy pick because Will Wade.
Not from the South.
No, dude. When there's only a certain amount of mid-majors to choose from, then every snorkeler, like we like to say, will come in and be like, oh, they didn't even know Will Wade was coaching McNeese till about 10 minutes ago.
Well, and he's going to be taking interviews, flying over to Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jumping around, maybe Memphis, Tennessee, Beale Street.
Yeah.
Get those cocktails on Beale Street. It's a good time. I'm just going to play our music here. I'm going to say we won this game.
Whoa, which game?
We're up 16 with 1:10 left. Florida A&M. We're laying 1.5.
They're playing better.
Right? Because Eastern Shore.
We locked up the Rattlers. Let's go. What were you saying about Eastern Shore? Oh man.
They just hit pushed? A 3 to cut. Oh, did it go final? God. These games. Oh my God. What is up with the SWAC and MEAC? First of all, they can't even start their damn games on time to save their damn life.
So we end up with the push with South Carolina State, Maryland Eastern Shore, even though that should have fucking hit.
Final?
It is. It's final. Bethune is up 3 now at the 120 mark.
Now, is there a final that you haven't mentioned yet? I mean, you cut out on me for a second, so hopefully I didn't miss it, but especially with Terrell in the chat, North Carolina Central.
Oh, and he's an A&T guy, so
exactly.
We both locked up, and I locked Battle Mac here. Mac. Lavelle Moten getting it done at North Carolina Central.
Get that Delaware State bullshit out of here when they're coming down to Durham. Get out of here.
You don't.
They were so good to me early. You
don't go into the McDougal and get a dub. What a nice, I mean, dude, LaVelle Moton. Look, I hope he stays at Central forever, but you got to think at some point, someone's going to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, this guy's a damn good coach."
Yeah, I thought when they went to the NCAAs probably 5 years ago or so, I thought after that he might get a promotion. I'm surprised he didn't, but hey, NC State job's open. He's from Raleigh.
Oh my God. Don't you fucking say that. I happen to like LaVelle Moton. All right. Don't you say that. All right. Hey, Florida State, pick up the phone. Right. And by the way, yes, McNeese just won the game. I think they hit a 3 to win the game, essentially with 3 seconds left. God. So shout out to McNeese. Did you play? Yeah, I take it Mac is suffering from the money line.
A little bit. It wasn't the big one was on 10.5, which West Virginia ended up actually not being a sweat, but damn. God, they had that too.
Currently, Arkansas Pine Bluff is up 2 at half on Texas Southern. We are all, well, I don't know about Nick, but me and Mac are riding Texas Southern. I think Noah's with us too.
I went Pine Bluff.
Ooh,
he
put
took
out
an
an APB on the Golden Lions.
I reversed my Arkansas theory, and now I'm taking all the shitty Arkansas schools.
He's all in.
Give me Arkansas State. Give me Pine Bluff. Give me Central Arkansas.
Little Cock.
What's the other one?
Yeah.
Little Cock.
Dude, the Red Bulls have been rolling.
One of my favorite plays right now, and we might have done battle on this one.
We did. I'm eating shit on this one. This is a bad
Campbell's
play.
up 12, 7-minute mark of Wilmington. I took the money line too, so I don't want to jinx this. There's still 7 minutes left, but I took the money line as 8.5 point dogs. I think I'd have to go back and look what exactly I got that at, but that would be a huge win for me and my day here. Also, Prairie View Valley are tied at 16 with 4 minutes left in the first. Baylor's up 2 on TCU at the half, and we are riding the Horned Frogs there. All right. Let's get to tomorrow's action. We'll get to game balls at the end of the episode, but let's just jump right into it. But before we do that, I want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start research and start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, here we go. Georgetown is catching 16.5 points in Philadelphia against Villanova. I'll take the points in the Hoyas. I just think this, I can't lay 16.5 points with Villanova against anybody really. So I will take the Hoyas. Villanova wins by 12. Mac?
Is a little worried that they're coming off a win. Like I feel like this is a bait to take Georgetown. I'm going to lay it actually with Villanova. Villanova does need some style points. They're on the bubble, and I don't know. I kind of feel like Villanova laid here, but I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to lay this many points with how slow Villanova plays.
That win was questionable too. I mean, I can't believe I watched some of the Georgetown DePaul game, but I did. And I mean, there might have been a whistle on that last possession by DePaul. It looked like the guy might have got fouled. It's a very questionable win there, but no, I'm with Mac. I'm gonna lay the points. I mean, Nova has won their last 3 home games all by double digits. They won in DC against Georgetown by exactly 16. I'm gonna lay it, but I don't feel great about it.
That was a closer game though. If you go back and watch that game, Nova pulled away really late. That was like a 6-7 point game for a lot of the way. And I think Georgetown's played better on the road this year than at home.
Shout out to Jamie HOV. I know he often plays in our DFS is talking about Brumball starting. Brumball's been very underpriced lately. I've been rostering the hell out of him. So he might be onto something there.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a reptilian person says, where the fuck is the college baseball experience? Available iTunes, Spotify, also youtube.com/the college experience. We'll have more episodes this week as hopefully you cashed on East Carolina as they beat the shit out of those cowards, North Carolina. Next up, Davidson's getting 10.5 at Dayton. I normally make so much money on this play, but they've finally adjusted. They finally adjusted. I'm still laying the 10.5. But they finally adjusted before. Normally Davidson will be like in third place and they'll be like two point spread. And I'm like, oh man, Dayton's athletes are going to fuck them up. Maybe Davidson being in 10th, they corrected it, but I will still lay the points with Dayton. I think Dayton presents a ton of problems with it. Me and NC Nick have been to that UD arena. It gets rocking. I will lay the number. Mac, what are you doing here?
Oh yeah, this is a bait right here to take Davidson, in my opinion. Like you said, Dayton has had their number. Dayton's also coming off a rare loss. Dayton lost to George Mason last week. They've had a week off here.
We should lock this.
Lock this. They've had 6 days to get right here. I'm gonna lay it and lock it. Dayton Flyers back at UD Arena.
Fly on, double lock. Let's go. NC Nick, what are you doing over there?
Sometimes. Sorry, go ahead, Mac.
I was gonna say I was at the Davidson game. That was a heartbreaker against Richmond. Back-to-back road spot.
Sometimes that time off isn't a good thing. Sometimes the team comes out a little sluggish, and Davidson on the road lately, they've been right there. I mean, they lost in overtime to Bonaventure, only by 3 at Richmond. To Colby's point, I mean, Dayton has won 8 in a row in the series, but I got Davidson covering this. I think you guys were against me last week with who was coming into Davidson, and Davidson was laying like 7.5.
You did hit.
I forget who was.
I don't remember who either, but
doesn't matter. But go Davidson.
Shout out to Son of Pete. Dayton is laying 9.5 on DraftKings, so get on over there.
Your North Carolina bias is showing again.
Yeah,
might be true.
Yeah, your private school pussy bias is showing again.
Dude, I went to one game at Davidson when Seth Curry was still playing. Fantastic game. Went into overtime. College of Charleston beat them. It was awesome to see that crowd. I mean, I don't hate Davidson, but the crowd just went silent. And it was when Bobby Cremens was coaching Charleston. Great game.
Yeah, so, Steph Curry at Davidson is still mind-boggling to anyone that covers the sport. I feel like just like how the fuck did so many universities whiff on that,
especially Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I mean, Del Curry sends his tape to Seth Greenberg. That's why Seth Greenberg is not qualified to talk about court storming. All right, you're not qualified to talk about court storming. He's like, yeah, first off, I don't know. Well, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole again, but Virginia Tech definitely, you benefited off a few court stormings yourself there, Seth Greenberg. But
fucking Greenberg.
Wisconsin's laying 4.5 in Assembly Hall against the Indiana Hoosiers. Oh boy, so my first. I was on the SGP show.
Fucking team so much.
I was on the SGP show and I went with Wisconsin. I did a show after that with CJ Sullivan, who was kind of convincing me to take Indiana. He's like, they fought hard, but no, I'm going to stick to my guns, even though Wisconsin's 3-7 on the road. Terrifying to me.
Yeah. Terrifying
to me to take Wisconsin on the road, but I just don't know where the pulse of this Indiana team is. I know old Sullivan, the bet detective says they're fighting hard for Mike Woodson. I'm laying the points. No bet. What are you doing here, Mac?
I'm not taking fucking Indiana again. I can tell you, I've had enough of that fucking team. I've had enough good spots. They're due, and they just keep dropping egg. They can't make shots. I'm actually going to lay it with Wisconsin here, but I am not going to bet this game. These two teams are very unreliable.
NC Nick, what are you doing here?
I'm going to go with CJ and take the home dog here, but like you guys, I'm not going to bet this because of everything you said. They are very unreliable.
Yeah, there's a 4 at DK also for Wisconsin. So if you're taking Wisconsin, if you're, I'm not betting this, but I'm saying if you're going to bet this, shop around. I have a lock right here. Loyola Chicago is catching 3 at St. Bonaventure. Wait, let me get this straight.
Oh.
Loyola Chicago, who is 9-1 in their last 10, and actually, I think if you go even further back, I think it'd be like 13 out of 14. They're 6-3 on the road, and they're getting points against Loyola's in first place in the A10 against 6th place St. Bonaventure. Fuck out of here. St. Bonaventure's winning this game. Lay the number. It's gone up 0.5 point since the show at noon. Why does it keep going up? They know something. Mac, what are you doing here?
We love these spots. I mean, the Loyola, they've won 7 in a row. They've done a great job under Valentine this year. But like you said, they're going to the Bonnies. Hard place to fucking play up there in upstate New York. They're due, and the Bonnies are really good at home. Great spot for the Bonnies. I will lock it with you. Let's go.
The line makes no sense.
I'm seeing 4.5 too.
Woo. Here we go.
That's what I'm saying. The line makes absolute no sense. If you plug it into, so we sometimes have to make up lines, and I would love to know what the cocktail napkin says, because when we make lines on the SGP show, we plug it in, use this algorithm sort of, and this would have Loyola favored by 5. What does the cocktail napkin say, Noah?
Bonaventure -1.
So I guess it's all over the fucking place.
Be a pick. I thought it'd be a pick.
I'm diving into the stink. I'm pulling up Patty C and taking the points. I'm not going to lock battle you guys though, because this line smells.
The Georgia Bulldogs and Blue Cane traveling to Baton Rouge. This is a hilarious game. SEC Network. So Georgia is 2. They've only won 2 of their last 10 games. But LSU's only won 3 of their last 10 games. But LSU's just happened to be against 2 teams that are going to be in the dance. You figure it out. College basketball, hilarious. I think LSU's playing better basketball, and I guess 3 out of the last 10 is better than 2 of the last 10. So my statement would be somewhat accurate. I believe they're athletically on a different level than Georgia. I will lay the points with LSU, but I don't love the play here. I could see either team winning. Well, Mac, what are you doing here?
Do you remember the first time these 2 teams played? I think it was a 3.5 point line for Georgia, and they won by 2. I could see that LSU winning by 2 here.
Yeah.
The spot is great. It's their third straight home game.
Just got destroyed by Mississippi State.
Yeah,
that's understandable coming off the big Kentucky loss, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
It feels like an
Kentucky
LSU
win.
spot, but I don't trust this LSU team laying points. No.
You're taking LSU, but no bet.
I'm taking LSU, but I'm not bet. I'm not locking it. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am going to take LSU, but I'm not going to fucking bet that. Like,
I kind of want to bet LSU. I kind of want to bet the Tigers.
Going in?
You know what? I haven't bet one yet. I got an itchy trigger finger here. Let's go LSU. Yeah. Lay the points. I might regret it.
Saying, "We Tigers." Yeah, you should. You were talking about eating po' boys pre-episode. You know, life was telling you to take LSU. All right,
that's right. I was telling a story when I was in New Orleans in this little po' boy shop. 2 people in front of me was Aaron Sanchez, and if anybody watches the Food Network, you might recognize the name. And as soon as I saw him in there, I was like, "Oh man, I picked a good spot." And I love a good po' boy.
Yeah, is he related? Any relation to Ron Mexico?
Potentially.
Folks, there was news today in college sports. The UMass Minutemen will be joining the MAC starting next year. So
that sucks, man.
Weren't they originally part of the MAC?
They were for a couple years.
Yeah.
They were in it for a couple years. But
for basketball,
right in the backyard. Come on.
Yeah.
For basketball, it sucks, man.
I think it's like for football too.
No, I think it's smart for football because they play 6 MAC teams every year anyway.
Yeah, it's smart for football.
Yeah,
and basketball in the MAC is good. I don't know why you're shitting on the MAC,
dude. It's not the A10.
It's not the A10, but they're now in the top 5 of the MAC.
Yeah,
Kent
but
State, Toledo, Akron, Ohio are all good programs.
They're good, but they're not VCU, Richmond, Dayton, Davidson.
No,
but the problem with the A10, the problem with the A10,
I'm not arguing you on that point. No,
the problem with the A10 is they don't have football programs. They should start football programs because that drives the fact that the needle. And I think NC Nick, back to to the football side of this, I don't
like it.
I think they had to. No, I know, but they had to do something because
here's what you did. You talk Youngstown State jumping up into the FBS. I want the MAC to be very Midwestern. I don't want it to be Northeastern.
Well, you have Buffalo there, but
Buffalo is more Midwestern than Northeastern.
At least that's a rival for them, though. My point was this, though. If there's a lot of talk about the next 5 to 6 years in college athletics and just crazy talk, shit that's never happened in the sport. You don't want to be an independent when that happens. I think that's why they wanted to join a conference. They were
sure.
talks.
I just don't think the MAC should have accepted them.
Well, I actually read a report today that the MAC might be interested in adding 3 other teams. What they've had talks with Western Kentucky over the past 2 years, but Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky won't go without Middle Tennessee, and Middle Tennessee doesn't want that.
I don't see how the MAC is any better than the Conference USA right now. I mean, which conference is the worst in football?
I don't know. MAC was.
I think it was.
It depends on the
USA year because they don't have as many members right now. They are not looked as strong, and plus,
the MAC has a lot more stability. They have like the same 10 teams for like the past 70 years.
True.
Yeah,
Conference USA just keeps getting picked at from the Sun Belt and whatnot. And
good point.
I saw a report though, Nick, that they would come calling for or interested in North Dakota State, Illinois State, and who was the third team? Maybe it was Western Kentucky. I'm not sure, or I don't remember the third team. But
for me, North Dakota State screams Mountain West. Not MAC.
I would love that too. But if the Mountain
I want
West
my
isn't
regionality,
them,
damn it!
yeah.
If all the big conferences aren't going regional, I want the small conferences to have some regionality. This is just my wishes, so that they mean nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was with Joe Paterno and having a Northeast conference, and I thought the MAC would fit in great. But yeah, I think A10 is much better in basketball than the MAC. Now, I will say this though. I think the A10 lives a little off its reputation when they had Xavier, when they had some of the other money teams. They're not as good as they once were. And I grew up in that area. I loved the A10 when I was a kid growing up, and I still love it now, but it's not as good as it used to be.
Agreed, but I still do love the home atmospheres, and I know Noah pointed out like the top 4 they do a good job in the MAC, but the A10's a notch up from the MAC in basketball. But football is king. I mean, it's called a spade, and UMass the Minutemen are going to have to take a back seat basketball wise.
It gives them stability for a football check, and I think that's they're worried about if there's a separation or something, and you're sitting there independent. They're not going to care. So
for them, it makes sense completely.
Yeah. You can win the MAC, and you can maybe have a bid into the playoff.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. Northern Illinois. UMass is heading to George Washington. The Colonials. Almost said Georgia Washington. UMass is laying 7.5 points.
Dude, we should lock this.
Oh man. George Washington has lost 10 straight games. How the fuck were they winning games? They were 14-3.
But Colby, they've covered in 4 of the last 5. So they've been winning kind of closely. I'm sorry, losing kind of closely.
It's almost impossible to do that. Like, how the hell? Like, they beat VCU, they beat Davidson, they beat George Mason by a big number. You know, they beat Ohio out of the MAC. It's just like two different teams. I feel like it's mind-boggling in a way. I'll lay the points with UMass, but no lock. Mac,
I'll lock UMass. This is Frank off a loss. Frank's been really good off the loss recently. They beat VCU by 20. They beat Richmond by double digits on the road. He's gonna have those guys ready. GW, like you said, they've been playing all right, but they're not the same. UMass, Minutemen.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Minutemen. Etsy, Nick, what are you doing here?
I'm on UMass, but no bet.
Northern Illinois is getting 14.5 at Toledo. Toledo's coming off that upset loss to Bowling Green. That
triple lock
we caught on the money line. Oh yeah,
might have been a quad lock if Noah was involved. I think he was.
Yeah, it was.
Wrong place, wrong time. Toledo wins by 20.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Nick?
Yeah, I agree too. Northern Illinois, the worst ATS team in the conference. Good bounce back spot here.
The Cincinnati, look, I think I spoke early last time when Cincinnati lost to TCU. I said there goes their tournament chances. You want a way to get back into the tournament? You win this game. My fault. I didn't think about the next game they had was at Houston. because they can totally get right back into the NCAA tournament if they win this game. It's a big if because Houston's undefeated at home this year. Yes, they are 15-0 at home, and they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. They're laying 13.5. This has gone up a full point since the noon show. It was 12.5 then, 13.5 now. What is the buy point? On the noon show, I was on Houston. I'm still on Houston, but I wonder what that number would be for me to take Cincinnati. I kind of think it'd be 14.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
I am locking the Bearcats. Desperate spot. They're playing number 1 in the country. We know the trend of teams that get ranked number 1. I mean, it's a big target on their back. And Houston, Cincinnati, this is an old American game. Cincinnati's played at Houston before. I think they keep this game close, just like the first matchup. That was a 5-point game. I know it's at Houston, but give me the Bearcats. Lock it up. 2 points.
Woo. It was only a 5-point game at the Skyline Chili Arena or whatever the fuck. NC Nick, what are you doing here?
I'm with you, Colby. I think the Big 12 grind is starting to get to Cincy. They were kind of a nice story to begin with, but they've lost 4 out of 5 and 7 out of 10. And, 2 of those wins were against UCF. So I think Houston just steamrolls them here.
All right. Next, we jump to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, where rumor has it that the Chips are number 1 on the Michigan rankings.
No.
Despite their 28-point loss to Miami, Ohio, that we were on Miami, Ohio's side. This is where you buy back in. They're laying 3.5. Ball State's ass on the road. I am locking up the Chips. Fire up, Chips. Fire up, Chips. The Mac's been good to me a little bit here recently. Mac, what are you doing here?
I'm on Ball State, Central Michigan, fool's gold. I don't trust
Lock?
this team. Nah, I mean, I'm with you too. I don't trust Ball State on the road, but I think that I'm tempted. Yeah, let's go. Lock battle. Road teams in the weekdays on the MAC are good, man. Let's go. Ball State.
And Nick, want to jump on this wagon over here?
You know what? I mean, lock battles are fun. I probably wouldn't have bet this otherwise, but I'll throw a couple bucks on the Chips and ride with you, Colby. Let's go.
Let's go. We are battle. Fire up, Chips. Dundee and NC Nick. The rooftop's going to be serving cocktails all night. Moneyline Max rolling with the Ball State. Patty C's Ball State Cardinals. That's going to be a fun one. You can talk me into a lock here. I will go to our ACC specialist on this one, but Virginia Tech is horrible on the road. What are they, 1-8 on the road? Syracuse is 13-2 at home. The line, I need the bet detective on the case on this one because Syracuse only laying 1.5. I'm taking Syracuse, knowing that honestly, you look at the remaining schedule for Syracuse and say, well, they're home to Virginia Tech. They're at Louisville and at Clemson. Now at Clemson, they should be a dog, but it's possible to win at Clemson. They've proven to collapse late in the years, year after year. So you're talking about they could be going 21-10. They could be 21-10 going into the ACC tournament, which would be a great first year for Adrian Autry. But why is this line only 1.5? And I want to take Syracuse. Is this a trap spot? Mac, what are you doing here?
Yes, I think it is a trap spot. The road ACC teams in the weekdays have been really good the last couple weeks. Remember that one night where the road teams were all up like 20 within the first 10 minutes?
Just not Virginia Tech, though.
Well, the Hokies, I mean, they were in the game on Saturday, and then the second half got away from them. Syracuse coming off Jimmy Boeheim day. I like the Hokies here. Let's go.
NC Nick, you could talk me into a lock with Syracuse.
I mean, that's definitely my side. I don't take Virginia Tech away from Castle.
It stinks a little bit, though, right? This stinks a little bit.
Stink a little bit. I'm on Cuse. I don't love it, but I like it. I like it enough where you could talk me into a lock. I don't want you to blame me if this loses. I want to blame you if it loses. Let's do it.
Little Bob Costas pink eye special.
Let's fucking
go into the stink. Go into the pink. Let's go into the pink. Let's go into the pink here. Double lock. Syracuse Orangemen -1.5. against them Hokies.
I think you're
The
walking
Akron
into
Zips. The Akron Zips are heading to Athens, Ohio. This is a fantastic game. This is like one of the most. What is it? This is one of the better games of the day.
Here's another one.
This one's fun. Akron won by 9 the last time they played. That was on January 23rd. This one though is in Athens at the Convocation Center. All right. Ohio's 10-3 at home. They've won 7 of their last 10. Meanwhile, Akron's won 7 of their last 10. But they did lose their last road game. Whew. Ohio's laying 1.5. The line is telling you, and this, when I did the show this morning, I want to say it was at a pick. I lean Akron, but I don't feel good about this. No bet. Mac?
Well, you're missing a headline here too. Is this is John Gross, is old school. I mean, he coached at Ohio, got them to 2 Sweet 16s when he was there. But I like to fade the coach when he goes back to his old song. I think it's a distraction. So give me Ohio. They're going to win this game outright. Lock it up. Let's go Bobcats.
Whew.
They're off the big win. This
Moneyline Mac is locking up the Bobcats. Now, NC Nick, one of his favorite teams other than Duke is the Ohio Bobcats. He drives by the stadium as often as he can get. Anytime he's in the state of Ohio.
I've driven through Athens quite a few times.
Are you going to back your boys here in a pivotal game?
Usually I do. And this line is another one that fucking stinks to high heaven here. I mean, Akron is clearly the better team this year. No doubt about it. The line smells, man. At first I was going to take Akron. I was going to dive in, but I can't keep on diving into every stinky line. So let me ride my Bobcats and go Ohio here. Let me switch it up.
You should lock it.
I don't think so, man. I'm staying away.
This is going to be a fantastic game. I can't wait for Ohio to win by 2.
By the way, Coppin State did cover for us against Howard. We didn't bet that game. But we did bet Bethune-Cookman double lock. Bethune gets it done 90-84 in overtime. You know, Reggie Diaz getting it done for that. We didn't sweat for a second. All right, getting it done. Also, Florida A&M did go final. We did cash on that. And currently, Pine Bluff has a 9-point lead on Texas Southern at the 8-minute mark. And Campbell might fuck up this game. It's down to 3. It's down to 3 with 27 seconds. Yes, 100%. Terrified of this game. Mississippi Valley State's up 4 at halftime on Prairie View. Could it be the game for the Delta Devils? Could it be? I repeat, folks. Mississippi Valley State up 4 on Prairie View at the half.
Well,
we should have bet that,
I
man.
don't
Talked about it.
Yes. Also, Baylor
Scarred.
is up 8 on TCU at the 14-minute mark.
That's my second bet of the night. I think we're lock battling on that one, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yeah, you went with them Baylor Bears. Buffalo, the Blue Bulls.
Oh yeah, baby.
Heading to Kent, Ohio to take on the Golden Flashes. This was Kent won by 31 on February 2nd. Sure, that was one of Mac's locks. But
Different team recently, baby. We've been rolling.
Except for the last game at Western Michigan. I was on board too. Like you had sold me. Then I was like, man, come on, lose by 19 at the Broncos.
Every time you need a little setback for the Blue Bulls.
Well, Mac's not lying in a way. They're 4-23 on the year, and they've won 2 out of the last 8, which means they're playing much better basketball.
That's hot. They're hot.
Yeah. No, I gotta lay the number here. Kent State's gonna drill them. Buffalo sucks. Lay the big number. Mac.
I love Kent State too, so I'll take. I'll take Kent here. They're off the loss. I think they get right here.
Call me crazy, but I think the number's kind of fun. I mean, I think it should be more than 15.5, and for that reason, I'm going to take Buffalo.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the Mac. Noah Bieniek, I expect to hear your voice on this one, because the Battle of Michigan is happening.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Western Michigan is heading to Ypsilanti take on these Eagles. Western Michigan's only laying 2.5 against Eastern Michigan. This line, this reeks. Both teams are, I guess, 3-7 in their past. Maybe it doesn't reek as much as I think. They're both 3-7 in the past 10.
Both ass.
Eastern Michigan is a home dog, plus 115, plus 120. I see out there.
You love
Noah. My first thought was Western, but then you look at it and you say Western's 2-11 on the road. Eastern Michigan's 8-5 at home. Maybe I should take Eastern. I'm kind of leaning Eastern right now. Your thoughts, Bieniek, on these Michigan power rankings and what's going on in this classic at the George Gervin Center? Legendary finger rolls from the Iceman.
The Michigan power rankings have been flushed down the toilet. They all suck. I'll say this: when you talk about like the little in-state rivalries, this one is not high up on Western Michigan's list. Eastern Michigan's the redheaded stepchild of the 3 directional schools in Michigan, because Eastern is kind of left out. Central Michigan and Western Michigan are the 2 rivals in the directionals. Eastern Michigan gets up for both schools more than Western and Central get up for Eastern. Cocktail Napkin has Eastern Michigan minus 1.5. I think the wrong team's favored here. I really have nothing else to go on, though. I think both of these teams. I like the trend that Colby mentioned with Western Michigan struggling on the road, and Eastern Michigan at least has a winning record at home.
But if you dive deeper, you're like, wait, Western's got a much better ranked defense. Western's defense, the defensive rating is like 40 spots better than Eastern Michigan's, and their offense is like 75 spots higher than Eastern Michigan's offense from a rating standpoint. If you're diving into it, just saying they also have a better field goal percentage. They also shoot the 3 way better. Eastern Michigan, by the way, 323rd in 3-point shooting. That's not good.
Well, their defense is 334th in the nation, according to Kempa.
We're really diving into this game, huh?
Western's 36th in offensive rebound. I'm going to take Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan.
Me too. Give me that little yapper.
Mac?
I'll take EMU, and we are going to overtime at Campbell. I know. As soon as I saw that guy, I go, "Oh my God!" Not only is he going to lose the money line, he's going to lose the cover in overtime now.
Oh my God! I can't do this early show, guys. I can't do this early fucking show.
Overtime where the dogs go to die, man.
Man. What was that? 15-point lead, 13-point lead with what?
Like 6 minutes.
Oh man. What'd you guys do? Eastern, right? We both took Eastern.
We're all on
What did Noah take?
I think he exited without picking somebody.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
Total
Bieniek,
Bieniek move.
Okay, yeah.
He's good at that. He's good at freaking playing all the sides. He should run for office. Him versus Whitmer in the election year coming out.
So if we wanted to do a stink parlay, I know I said I took Akron, but I understand your guys' logic on that line stinking with Ohio and Akron.
Yeah.
The stink parlay would be St. Bonaventure, Ohio in this game here, because you have to go back to 2006 for the last time Mississippi State beat Kentucky in Starkville.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's been some close fucking games lately. I think Kentucky won by 3 last year. It was a double overtime game in Starkville 3 years ago. But Mississippi State, once again, they haven't won at Starkville since 2006, and they're a 3.5-point favorite against John Calipari, Rob Dillingham and company. Lock it up, Mississippi State. Lock it up, Mississippi State. Now, obviously, it was better at 2.5 on the noon show, and the good thing is I did better at 2.5 already. But this line stinks to fucking high hell right here.
I feel like we're saying that about every game, and you guys hate the Thursday slate usually because of the stinking lines. I feel like this Tuesday's the same thing, man. Every fucking one of them.
I think there's, I guess you could add the Syracuse game to that too. So I guess you are looking at 4 of them right now that are a little stinky.
Bonaventure.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Okay.
That's one of them. Yeah. I'm taking Mississippi State. Lock. Mac, what are you doing here?
Dude, this is my system that I've kind of created over the last couple weeks. Is you fade the team that scored 100 plus and won in a blowout fashion. This is Mississippi State. Kentucky just beat Alabama in an NBA game, 120 or 117 to 95. Last time they did that, Vanderbilt 109. They lost to Gonzaga the next game. Against Georgia, they dropped 105. They lost to South Carolina by 20. Kentucky, their young team, up and down. This is a fade spot. Hail State, lock it up.
And by the way, anyone listening to this, if you're going to Starkville and going to this game, you better storm. And how about this? Yeah. Anyone who storms, listen to this. Take a video. You know, you do the video. Everyone's doing it anyway. Take a video. Make sure you hit that flip thing so we know it's your fucking face. I'll match your face. But we're going to give you some shit from SGPN. How about a $50 gift card and maybe something else? All right. Storm and storm strong, baby.
Just wait till the other players have left the court, and I agree with you guys. Lock it up.
Yeah, if you leave the court, we will
put a bounty on this.
We will unfriend you and block you. All right.
They haven't unfriended and blocked me yet, so you're okay. It's all talk.
Well, you're limited till Mondays only.
No, did Noah say he's on Hail State too?
Also, I only limit you guys with my presence on Mondays.
No, I did not say I'm on Hail State. I asked you if you were willing to put a bounty on it. Did you see the way Colby's face lit up when he progressed that in his head? Oh my God.
Processed.
Sure.
Yeah. Go to the game.
We got a triple lock here. Play the music. Come on, let's go.
Yo, Hail State.
Hey, relax, buddy. All right, this guy's over here. Hail State minus the points.
He's a Stortcorm. He's a Stortcorm hater. So what can
I know. He
can't wait for Calipari to bitch in the press conference. We need to end court storming.
Oh, it's gonna happen tomorrow.
Just do it.
Gonna happen tomorrow. Yeah. No, trust me. Starkville knows the right way to storm. They're not waiting no 30-second shot clock here. They're fucking storming. All right.
Does a $50 SGPN gift card pay bail?
I got a lawyer that you could talk to. He's kind of like Saul Goodman, but I mean, I know a lawyer in Mississippi.
Is the lawyer Jay Billis?
No, but that would be good. NC Nick got disconnected there. Is NC Nick still with us?
I'm back now.
He's back.
What'd you say?
I said Saul Goodman was effective.
He was effective, yes. George Mason, NC Nick's alma mater, is heading up to the Bronx. Rumble in the Bronx here against the Fordham Rams. George Mason's only laying 1.5. Both teams
on Friday.
Fordham is 5-10 at home. Mason is 4-6 on the road. Something's got to give. Give me the Patriots to get it done on the road at the Rose Hill Gymnasium. Ack?
I think I lean to Mason. I don't think they'll get the same crowd that they got on Friday. Because Friday night, I mean, when they beat Duquesne, maybe it was just because it was Friday night ESPN. That place was jumping. I think Mason will get out of there live. So I'll lay it with Mason, but I'm not betting it.
NC Nick, what are you doing here in the Bronx?
Yeah, I think fading Mason over the weekend at Loyola Chicago might have been the easiest play of the entire week.
So easy.
I mean,
that in Colorado, Utah was the two easiest fucking plays.
But I'm back on Mason now. You know, I think after the big win, they had their loss, and now they get back up and they take care of business against Fordham.
I got a lock in the great. We're going back to the MAC. Bowling Green is for real. I understand they just came off a rivalry game. They came off a rivalry game. But let me tell you something. Miami, Ohio is dog shit on the road this year. They're absolute dog shit. Bowling Green is going to win by, count this, double digits against this Miami, Ohio team. So lay the 3.5, lock it up, fly high with the Falcons tomorrow. Fly, baby, fly.
Oh, man.
In case the chat was wondering on some of these road performances from the great Red Hawks this year, they lost by 10 to Texas State on the road. They lost by 30 at St. Bonaventure. They lost by 20. Well, at Ohio State, that's okay. They lost by 18 at Davidson. They lost by 10 at Wright State. They lost by 11 at Western Michigan. They lost by only 7 at Ball State. No, they beat Ball State. I'm sorry. That was one of their road wins. They lost by 16 at Central Michigan. They lost by 9 at Ohio. They lost, where's next? They lost by 21 to Western Michigan. They've got their ass whooped pretty much every game on the road. This is cash. This is cash. Get on in. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think it reeks. So I'm going to take Miami of Ohio, but I'm not fucking betting Miami of Ohio. I at least trust Ball State and their coaching staff. I do not trust Lexington Steel, especially off a 30-point win.
This is another one where I think we're all on Bowling Green against Toledo, and that hit. It was a great play, but coming off that win, I got to fade him now. So I'm with Mac. I'm going to go Miami of Ohio. But, I mean, Bowling Green, when you watch them play, they got guys.
Yeah.
So I'm
They're winning this game.
surprised.
Todd Simon is a very good coach. They're winning this fucking game.
If he is that good of a coach, he should have a better record in the MAC than 8-6.
That's year one.
I'll take
year
the points.
one. You're talking about they're 17-10. You remember how bad they were last year?
I'm just saying they got a more talented roster than everybody not named Akron and Kent State probably.
I'd say he's doing a good job.
And Toledo.
And Toledo.
Yeah.
All right, I'll fly solo. You guys, money be made. Chat, come with me. All right, don't be like these bitches. All right. Next up, Pitt is at Clemson. Oh man, I did a deep dive in this game.
Lay the 6.5.
I'm seeing 7.5. I'm seeing 7.5.
God damn.
Pitt's getting 7.5 points. So I did a deep. Pitt since joining the ACC started out 2-0 against Clemson and hasn't won a game since. I repeat, they started out 2-0 against Clemson when they joined the ACC in 2012, and they have not won a game since.
They're due.
But Pitt has also showed a knack for winning in good road environments in the ACC. Whether it was Duke, whether it was NC State, who was the third one? They won another one. I feel like with Syracuse, maybe. Virginia. Yeah, at Virginia. I'll take Pitt in the 7.5. I'll say this: if you're looking for money line plays like last night when I gave away Campbell, that probably loses right now. I do think Pitt's capable of winning this on the money line. They've proven that. But they could also lose by 30. I'll take Pitt plus 7.5. No lock. Mac?
You mean if Blake Hinson doesn't make 6 threes, they're going to get blown the fuck out like every other game? Lock up Clemson. They can match up. They've already played. They have the guys to match up with him. And if Blake Hinson doesn't make 6 threes, they get blown the fuck out. It's every single game with this team. Clemson, lock.
Rob Donaldson seeing 8. You can get it 8, man, at 8. I got to start buying in soon. I mean,
it's a bait. It's a bait.
Who the fuck is Clemson? I know they have their number though. That's the thing.
They have their number.
When I did their history, I was like, how have they won this many games in a row? NC Nick, ACC specialist. What are you doing here in Clemson, South Carolina?
I don't know. The ACC specialist was kind of torn on this one. Usually when I'm torn, I lean on taking the points. Give me Pitt. I mean, I could see any range of outcomes here. I could see Pitt losing by 30. I could see Pitt winning. I mean, basically, Pitt's last 4 games. First off, what's Pitt now? 18-9. This game summarizes their last 4 games because I could see them having any record in these last 4 games. They have Clemson, then Boston College, Florida State, and NC State. 4 winnable games, and if they win all 4, they won. They're 22-9, but they could lose all 4. I don't know. I'm taking the points.
Blake
one last thing. Like you guys mentioned that Clemson has Pitt's number. Well, Duke also had Capel's number, and Capel beat Duke at Duke.
How happy he was to come in.
Oh, are you locking up Pitt? Are you wearing your Pitt shirt,
on,
by the way?
No,
Who's wearing his Pitt shirt?
I was just making a point. No,
What
I'm
shirt
actually
is that?
wearing
Oh,
time
okay.
That should be an each ship.
Pitt colors, though.
Yeah. I don't know. If that keeps rising, I'm going to bet that.
He's going to have his Pitt underwear on tomorrow watching this fucking game. We know Noah Bieniek.
BYU is heading to Lawrence, Kansas. Kansas laying 6.5. Does this game sting a little bit?
Yes,
I thought this
another
line
one.
would be
Definitely.
9.5, 10.
Yeah.
6.5. I'm still taking Kansas. terrified of this line. No bet. Mac?
I got a couple ballsy ones tomorrow. I'm locking BYU at the PHOG. I think BYU is going to be up at the half, just like they were up at Baylor, up at Texas Tech. And then I think we bet Kansas when they're down in a sleepy spot because they're coming off the big Texas win, 6:00 prime time, ESPN. They got Baylor on deck. I think there's a sleepy spot for the Jayhawks at the PHOG. They come back and win by 3 or 4.
NC Nick, what are you doing in this matchup here?
Colby, I was telling you before the show that I hate this day because almost every other line stinks, and this is another one. I mean, Kansas should be favored by 8.5, not 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Kansas.
Thinking 9.5.
I'm not touching this. No way in hell.
Okay, Campbell has the ball. 20 seconds left. It's all tied up in double overtime. Just make sure you get the shot up. 2 seconds left. Do not give this Wilmington team a chance to get a shot off.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the second Big 12 comeback tonight? TCU's down 15 with 9 minutes. We had a dust up. Momentum changes a little bit. TCU finally hits a jump shot. Watch this thing. This thing will come right down the wire, like every Big 12 game.
Yeah, there's ESPN2. Commissioners plan to address court storming. Get this shit out of here.
Fucking your mark.
Valparaiso is getting 15.5 at Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa all for rivalry win, much like the Bowling Green angle. They took down Drake, their rivals. Give me Valpo plus 15.5 just because of that. It's a little bit of a letdown spot. Mac, what are you doing here?
I struggle with this one. I'm not gonna lie. Valpo has not won since a freaking about November. It feels like they covered by half a point. Give me Valpo. They lose by 12.
Guys,
Nick,
what if I told you? What if I told you Valpo was the third best team in the country on the road ATS? 11-2. I'm on Valpo. I'm going to lock it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I love it.
I actually think this line's about 3 points off too. Cocktail Napkin has Valpo plus 13.5. So,
hey, let's go.
You know what? I don't have a single spot that I truly love on today's slate. I've just been letting the three of you guys ride. I'll jump in on this one with Nick. Let's go.
There we go, Noah.
I love it. I love ballsy plays.
Double lock on Valpo. Let's go. Shout out to Joseph Spencer that says Filipowski injury changed to soreness with no imaging. Hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, there's your image. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Subscribe. Hit that like button, folks. I see 260 people in this bitch. Get on over there. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Come on. ULM is at Texas State. Texas State's laying 5.5. Call me crazy, but me and the bet detective we were fishing for money line plays tomorrow. ULM is 6-4 in their last 10, including a couple of decent wins.
I agree.
Give me ULM, no bet, but are you looking for a money line because you're bored? I can see this one hitting. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I like the dog here too. This is fringe lock for me, man. This is too. I think Monroe has a chance to win this game outright.
NC Nick, Sunbelt specialist.
I'm going to lean on
Sunbelt.
Texas State. They coming home after 4 straight road games. They got the last one against Georgia State. I think they win and cover this one too.
Yeah.
Hey, Texas Southern won by like 10.
They did?
Yeah.
Damn it.
No.
I don't know how.
What?
They won by 8.
We cash on Texas Southern. I had that counted as a loss.
So did I.
Hey, what happened in this Campbell game while I was talking? This is why I can't do these early fucking shows.
2.5 seconds left. It's going to be
Who's
an
got the
inbound.
ball?
Campbell.
Would they miss a shot and get an offensive rebound?
They went up for a layup and it got swatted out of bounds. I don't know what they're looking at.
Okay.
TCU's down 13. Come on, TCU.
Currently Mississippi Valley State's up 11-minute mark. Winless Mississippi Valley State. They need to storm. Let me tell you, I don't care if it's like Detroit. If you're at the Harrison complex down there in Mississippi, you storm tonight. You fucking storm. UNLV. No, I'm sorry. Not UNLV. SIU Edwardsville is laying 1.5 at Eastern Illinois. This is kind of a good game.
Rivalry game.
They played on December 29th. SIU won by 9. Revenge on the mind. Give me Eastern Illinois plus 1.5. No lock. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm going to be on EIU, the home team in a rivalry. They lost 2 on the road. They were competitive in both. I think EIU is going to win the game. Check the pick space. Might be a lock tomorrow with the home dog in a rivalry. And we're headed to double overtime in Campbell.
Wow.
Jesus, man.
Home dog it up for me, but
I can't. I don't like hosting a show while this shit's going on. I don't like this early time shit. What you're on Eastern Illinois, Nick?
I am.
All right.
Blaming you, Nick.
I think so because it's going to come back to court storming somehow.
Yeah. You're right. Anything bad happens on the planet, it's because these jackasses want to get rid of court storming. All right. I don't care where the fuck you're at in the planet. All right. So, I've been riding Wyoming recently and I've been eating shit left and right, but this is the one. UNLV going to Laramie. Wyoming is catching 6. They're 8-4 at home in Laramie. I will take the points and I'll sprinkle a little bit on the money line with the Cowboys. This UNLV nonsense out of here. Mac, what are you doing here?
I am with you. The only thing that made me a little bit hesitant is UNLV for some reason is better on the road. I guess it makes sense. College kids away from fucking Vegas, but they just beat Colorado State. That was a big win, and Wyoming's going to clip them. Let's go money line.
Double luck. Anyone else want to get down on this Cowboy shit?
I'm with you guys, but I'm going to pass on the lock here. I mean, that UNLV win at the pit a couple weeks ago has me a little nervous.
I'm in here to make it a triple lock with Wyoming.
Woo! There we go. See, come on, NC Nick. I mean,
I'm going to save you guys from the quad lock. No, thank you.
There we go. He's going to take one for the team.
Triple lock with the Wyoming Cowboys. Let's go. I can't believe this isn't double overtime. Texas is at Texas Tech.
Oh.
Final time. They're never going to Lubbock ever again.
No.
This is what sucks. This is what sucks with all this. We're going to get Texas and Columbia, South Carolina, and no one's going to care. Or in Nashville. No one's going to care. Your sport is getting worse right before our eyes. From court storming, NC Nick, to Lubbock, Texas, not playing Texas each and every year. There's no way. And by the way, shout out to, I was doing the show with CJ. Someone jumped in the chat that was a diehard Texas fan. And he said, they better storm if they win.
Yeah.
They better. Texas Tech better storm. If you're going to this game, if you're in Lubbock listening to this, you fucking storm. I don't care how many security guards. Yes. You do it. You take down them. I don't give a shit about Brett Yormark's fucking he's going to have a conference call. All right.
I'll give you a conference call, Yormark.
Yeah. Give him a fucking conference call.
Gonna have a Teams meeting.
Put Brett Yormark in that same shed that Mike Leach put Craig James's son. All right. Let's go. Lock up the Red Raiders against this bullshit Rodney Terry Texas Longhorn team. Texas Tech by 1,000 tomorrow. Let's go. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, this is a once in a lifetime for them. Last time Texas goes there, we saw it. We saw it when Beard went there. That place is going to be similar to that, and the momentum of that crowd. I'm sure it's going to be a blackout there. They're going to drill them, and they're off the loss to UCF by 20. I mean, this is a nice bounce back. Tech, lock it up and storm that goddamn court.
Let's go. And see, Nick, you in on this one?
Yes. But make sure you have your security measures not to interrupt the.
Oh God.
Security measures. How is that? Huh? Yeah. He broke up. Thank God. The internet. I
think he did that on purpose. You son of a bitch.
Even the internet said no. We like court storming. North Carolina is college basketball. Get the fuck out of here. We like court storming. And security measures. You're gonna break out the old, the yard tape and measure how far security is away from the court. Get this shit out of here. They storm hard. Noah, you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you guys, and I just wanted to give the thumbnail for this show some shine because it's the Texas Tech fan.
Yeah, baby. Guns up.
Good
There we
work.
go.
Shout out to
Lubbock's-
Cam.
Lubbock's different. Just like Troy said in the chat. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. Quadruple lock. Red Raiders. Let's go. Currently, Campbell's up 2-minute mark.
Shout out to Brandon for the $10.
Yes, thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you. Boise State is going to Colorado Springs, where Air Force, in my opinion, that was the most shocking win of the entire college basketball season.
Yes.
Air Force winning at the Pit as a 19-point dog was, to me, the craziest win of the entire season. So I definitely think we should consider locking up Boise State -9.5. After you win at the Pit, I just feel like Boise State's going to fuck you up. I'm on the 9.5. You guys can talk me into a lock here. Mac, what are you
Boise's
doing?
on a fucking roll now too. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry to jump in line here.
No,
but they're on a fucking roll.
We should lock Boise. They got the
Are
guy
they,
Dejan
though?
Hart.
They beat
Yeah.
Fresno, San Jose, and Wyoming.
So
Air Force is worse than all of them. Yeah.
I was just getting ready to make this case because there's been a lot of traffic and rightfully so for the Mountain West. And Boise hasn't been talked about recently because they haven't been playing in these big games. They've been playing Fresno, San Jose, and Wyoming. But it's about to get real for them when they finish with New Mexico, Nevada, and San Diego State. I actually like Air Force here in the point and a sleepy spot before they get to that stretch. But I'm not betting Air Force after coming off a win.
Nick, you want to lock this one?
I guess you could argue that it's kind of a look ahead. But yeah, I mean, Boise's competition hasn't been great, but they've been winning by 20 points or more the last 3 games. Let me go Boise, but I'm going to hold off.
Fuck it, I'll fly solo. Buck 'em Broncos. Lock it up. Lay the 9.5. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons are heading to South Bend, Indiana. And they're laying 6.5 points. Ooh, what could go wrong? I'll take a flyer on Micah Shrewsbury plus. I liked it better at 7.5 today, but it's down a point, 6.5. No lock though. Maybe the picks page. What are you thinking here? What are you doing, Mac?
Steve Forbes agreed that anybody that suggested that Duke was in the wrong was wrong. So I mean, this is karma back at him. Notre Dame,
yeah, storm. By the way,
money line.
If you're in South Bend,
right back at him.
You storm.
Right
you go to the
back at
linebacker in after you storm the linebacker in.
Yes.
You storm all over that stadium, whatever the hell their basketball stadium's called. And we get it. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Lock this up.
Go.
Fuck Wake
They're gonna win
Forest.
this
I'm
game
done
like
with
they
Wake
beat Pitt
Forest.
last year.
I'm done with their little bullshit athletic director. They gave Mike Leach a handshake deal to be Tennessee's next head coach. That piece of shit. All right, let's go.
Shrewsbury's a good coach too.
Oh, and first off, you have a team in Wake Forest that is just 2-7 straight up on the road as it is, and then the spot is perfect for a home dog. I'm with you guys. Notre Dame triple lock.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Where's Bieniek? You jumping on this?
And then they were back in the NIT.
I'll take this one for the team, but you know what? I love Mac's, angle here.
Storm it right back at him.
All right. I guess that means we have a quadruple lock. Let's go. The Irish, I'm your leprechaun.
I really hope Notre Dame storms the court.
They should. They fucking should, but they're probably too pussy to do that. Vanderbilt's getting 9.5 at Arkansas.
I like Troy's comment here. He goes, Notre Dame should storm and purposely Oklahoma drill Kyle Filipowski.
Wait, but they're not playing Duke.
What? Huh?
It's just a funny comment.
It's
just
Troy.
Oklahoma drill somebody.
We got. I can't believe Campbell's only up 1 with 1:28 left. Vandy's getting 9.5 in Fayetteville against Arkansas. Arkansas, they've won 2 straight, but guess what? Give me Jerry Stackhouse and Vandy to stay within the 9.5. Mac, what are you doing here?
By the way, we got to give Jerry Stackhouse a little bit of a shout out for that cover on Saturday. He pressed the walk-ons to make sure he got the cover, and then called off the dogs when it was 15. He goes, "All right, we covered." Yeah. So shout out to Jerry Stackhouse. I think he's playing for the cover again. Give me the Commodores.
NC Nick, what are you doing here in Fayetteville?
I'm going to go Arkansas to win 3 in a row with Vanderbilt. This is their second back-to-back road trip. I think the Razorbacks pull it out and cover.
All right. I was doing the SGP show this morning around 11 a.m. Pacific. And, I was sitting there and we talked about this NC State Florida State game. And I said, yeah, NC State's the better team. And then I said, wait a second. NC State's about to make the NCAA tournament. They're very close to making the NCAA tournament.
I don't think they're that close, are they?
I saw someone have them on I don't know if it was like, I don't think it was first 4 hours. No, they're not in right now, but I'm saying they're on that bubble. They have North Carolina on Saturday. That's a huge game. You know what happens before huge games? You get upset by not paying attention. Florida State is favored. Why are they even favored against NC State? I will lay the 2 or 2.5 with the Seminoles, and you can lock that thing up. Let's go.
Get our kicks doing the Seminole rap. We are the Seminoles of Florida State. We know we're good. Some say we're great.
Mac, what are you doing here?
They haven't played this year. All these goddamn ACC teams are the fucking saving me. Below fucking average outside of Duke and Carolina. Give me Florida State. Let's go. I'm with you.
Lock.
Yeah, you talked me into it. I like the spot.
This is the game they lose. Like I said,
I like the spot. I like the spot.
They're 17-10, I think, right? If someone's saying, no, they're sniffing the NCAA tournament, well, guess how you unsniff? You lose to fucking Florida State. And then you get Carolina and Duke in the next 2 matchups. Get the fuck out of here.
I like the spot.
NC Nick, what are you doing here in Tallahassee?
And lately, it's like NC State. They're up 1 game, down 1 game, up 1 game, down 1 game. This is the game they're down. I think it's as simple as that, especially on the road. So give me the Noles too. I'm not gonna lock it though.
Sleepy 9 p.m. slot, baby.
Double lock on the Seminoles. Let's go. Moving along. This is my favorite play of the night. It's gone up though since the 2:00 show. Even I was laying 8.5. Actually, let me search around real quick because I want to get my clients the best. Call 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE here, folks. Yeah, it's 8.5 everywhere now. Son of a bitch. But I mean, I already bet this 7.5, but we can still do it at 8.5. I was going to win by double digits tomorrow against Penn State. And you could
I love the Hawkeyes.
Take that to the bank. My favorite play of the whole day is the Iowa Hawkeyes. Obviously, I liked it better at 7.5 than 8.5, but it is what it is. Lay it. Iowa's playing better ball down the stretch. This is a must-win game for them. Mac?
You know what? Speaking of which, trying to get the best of the line, one of the best insults I've gotten over the last 48 hours with all these new private school pussy friends I have is always getting the best number. They said, all you do is just get the best number. I said, well, isn't that the point of picking the game? So I'm with you. Iowa, lay the points, lock it up, and shout out to the private school pussies.
Yes. NC Nick, you have an opportunity for you have an opportunity for a triple lock at Iowa City.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely on Iowa. I mean, I give credit for Penn State playing better the second half of the season, but Iowa at home, I think they're definitely the play here. So you know what? I'll ride with you guys again. Triple.
Let's fucking go.
Iowa. They're getting better.
Noah, also bring back Jake's comment in a second here, but triple lock the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's go. Shout out to Jake Paquin, folks. Jake Paquin, he does great work. He handles our merch store. I have gotten about 20 fucking DMs, and I've seen the comments section over the past 48 hours saying we need a Court Storm t-shirt. I have informed Jake. I know I received text messages from Mac, from Noah, from Jong. Shout out to Jong. Right? We need court storming t-shirts. Jake's on the case, just like the Bet Detective's on the case. Jake Paquin is on the case. So we got it coming.
And then Jake,
for those that are asking about the flash sale code, it'll come out when that shirt comes out.
There we go.
And then Jake, we need to have the same shirt with the big circle and a cross through it. Okay.
No, Jake, don't listen to him.
No.
We storm and we storm. Yeah, I mean, we could do something with the stormtrooper. There's a lot of shit we could do. Storm like a fucking Doppler radar thing. Just we got to figure this out.
All I'm asking if there's a court on the t-shirt, the TCU logo is the court logo. You know,
You've already got like 4 or 5 people in the chat saying they're ordering one right now.
No, I'm telling you, I got like, dude, I think I have 20 to 25 messages saying, "Why don't you guys have a shirt about this? Let's go, let's fucking go, load this thing up." Yeah. Come on.
Casey said he's going to buy one in every color for him and his fiance.
There we go. All right.
Great.
Currently, Prairie View took a 2-point lead on Mississippi Valley State, and Campbell's up 3 with 11 seconds left or 12 seconds left here. Foul. Utah State's laying 11.5 at the Save Mart Center in Fresno. Give me Fresno plus 11.5. If I'm having a great day, still a late game, I might bet this thing. Give me Fresno in the points. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So we talk, and Rob makes a good point. Sometimes the rest can be, and Nick too, the rest can be bad. Now, I think when you're off a loss and it's stuck with you for a week, you come out bats out of hell, ready to fucking rock and roll. They're coming off their biggest win of the year. San Diego State had the field of 68 there. I think just a sleepy spot. I want to lock Fresno.
I kind of like it. NC Nick, what do you think about this game at the Save Mart Center?
I mean, Fresno has lost back-to-back games by 30+ points.
Great spot.
I'm gonna go Utah State.
And they only had 41 against San Diego State. They're ready for like a little bit of an explosion here. Ready for a 54-point out.
Yeah.
Hey, 41's a lot of points for UVA.
Did you guys just see the Campbell game right now?
Oh, did it go off him?
They're up 2. It goes off his foot. So Wilmington's going to get the ball now with 8 seconds left. All you had to do was inbound the fucking ball, you losers.
Colby, we should buy in on Fresno here. San Diego State's off, or they're off a 32-point loss. San Diego State. I mean,
Utah State is, yeah.
No, Fresno's off a 32-point loss.
Pay attention, Colby.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch this fucking ending here.
They're both technically off San Diego State. Utah State got the win of the year for them against San Diego State. Place was on fire in Logan per usual.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go Fresno. Sleepy spot here.
Fresno loses by 6. All right, by 4. I don't even think it's that crazy. This is a 2-possession game with 3 minutes left. Let's go.
Took everybody's balls that they might win, right, Noah?
I can't believe that shit went off of him. What a fucking loser. This is my second favorite play of the night. Colorado State's going to destroy Nevada tomorrow. Colorado State has lost 2 straight. Nevada's won 3 straight. Colorado State's 14-1 at home. Nevada beat them by 13 on January 27th or something. I'm all over the Rams. Obviously, I like it better at 6.5, but that's why you get the lines early. Let's go. The lines are early. 7.5 is what I'm seeing right now. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, love the Rams here, and accuse you of getting the better of the number. You're a cheater. Let's go.
NC Nick, triple lock or what?
This is why I hate North Carolina right now, is that we don't have legalized gambling for another 2 or 3 weeks, and currently my book, he doesn't offer games until the day of. So
what the hell is that, by the way?
I know, seriously. I picked this game on Telesite at -3.5. Jumped all over it at about 4 p.m. Eastern time. But of course, I can't bet it because I can't do DraftKings or FanDuel here yet for another couple of weeks. Now it's jumped up to 7.5. I still like it. I'm still going to triple lock with you guys, but man, at 3.5 or 4.5, I was like,
I know, man. It was just a smash spot. Triple lock though. Let's go. I think they're going to win by double digits. Let's get it going. Colorado State minus the points. San Jose State's getting 22.5 in the finale here against San Diego State. I just can't do it. I just can't do it, but I will take the points. I'll take the points. They can stay around enough of that, right? Mac, what are you doing here?
I mean, when we do these late night shows, we like to force one in. This is going to be hard to force one in tomorrow night. I mean, San Jose State is god awful, but it is too many points in my opinion, especially when San Diego State is off of a 30-point win and they have UNLV on deck, which is a little bit of a rivalry. Give me San Jose State. We may bet this during the show live tomorrow, or at least I will.
NC Nick, what are you doing down in San Diego, California?
I'm going to take the points too. I think it's a bucket or two too much. San Diego State wins by 18 or something.
Okay, hang on. We got 11 seconds left. Inbounding this. Oh my God! Just don't let him have a 3. Just. Oh yes. Oh man, we're so close. I told you my favorite play. My favorite play is Iowa. It's gone up a point. Maybe that makes a little bit of a difference. Maybe I would say no. I still think Iowa and Colorado State are my top 2 plays, but I like a lot on the board. I would say those 2 though would be the ones that jump to mind most. For a dog, I know Robert was asking about the outright dog. I think it's Wyoming. I think if you had to tell me which dog is the best money line play to do for a dog, one that's got a little bit of value. I can't do a 2-point spread. I think it probably would be Wyoming as the best play to play on the money line. Maybe Notre Dame. I'd say Wyoming or Notre Dame is what you want. Mac, what are you doing top play?
Are we doing 2 like we usually do?
Sure.
I'll go Texas Tech and Mississippi State. Love both the spots. Both places are going to be on fucking fire. Guns up, Hail State. Let's go.
Campbell missed at the line, but got the offensive rebound. Hilarious. Nick, what are you doing here?
I'm going to share some of that. I'm going to Texas Tech, and I'll say Colorado State.
Boom.
Noah,
Texas Tech and Wyoming.
Ooh, so we might have a little parlay. I mean, we agree on a lot of these.
And yeah, I mean, what do you guys want to do parlay wise? I can tell
State,
you this:
Colorado State, Wyoming. Was that all triple locks?
Wait, say it again.
Tech, Hail State, Colorado State.
I like that. Nick, you get on board with that?
I didn't lock up Michigan, Mississippi State. If I could talk, I think Noah might have, but I picked him. So
I did
let's
not.
Go.
That was a double.
Okay, so that was only a double lock, but I think we both were on the side of Stark Vegas.
Well, nothing like a good sweat
in Iowa.
Nothing like a good sweat. I do like the Iowa one added to it. Nothing like a good sweat, but I'm sorry. I'm just going to tout my plus 330.
Yeah, we shouldn't have let him.
Campbell's money line.
They're storming the court.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Someone in North Carolina's got some balls. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's fucking go. Shout out to the Campbells. They're my team now. I'm moving to Bowie's Creek. Let's go.
Is there 10 people instead of 1 person? Because the game I went to at Campbell last year was pretty damn empty.
There might be 22 and a half. That one person looks like half on the court, half in the stands.
Folks, once again, to repeat our parlay, I think we're on Iowa, Colorado State. Who was the third team? Texas Tech. Iowa, Colorado State, Texas Tech. I will see you at the finish line. Shout out to Campbell for storming. College basketball is court storming. Don't ever forget that. Don't let the suits on TV tell you otherwise, or this clown over here who's having cocktails. All right.
I'm not anti-court storming.
NC Nick is on Twitter at NC__NICK. Please DM him all your hate regarding his opinion on Kyle Filipowski. All right. And Moneyline Mac is on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Noah Bieniek is on Twitter at NoahB77_. Subscribe to the College Baseball Experience, of course. And also the Big 12 Experience. Moneyline Max doing a great job there, and the Ride and Rush Show. And NC Nick and I, College Football Experience. Wednesday night, we'll be live talking college football like we do each and every Wednesday. Year round, we talk college football. All right. Storm the field there, too. Also, check out the FCS College Football Experience. We just dropped an episode tonight. And until next time, folks, this is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
It's got me thinking about the good shit. The minute that I seen your grill again, it made me good trip. Good dog to mine back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit me time back. But The comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster, yeah. You know you want it how you want it. No need to trip, cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for hope. Just get it straight, cause he caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Yeah, sing it. Last time you got the hot shit that I made, I was not the hot shit. Why? Going through them transitions, ram this in, damn listen. I can make the biggest chain glisten and wouldn't have shit to do with shit but some chips in. I don't get down like that. I'm the super rap mammal with the crown of fact. I'm so sore thumb, sticking out like some stick gum. Out the back with the beat smack. It's dumb, dumb hot, crazy sun hot. More often than not, and not monotonous. And got the hiss in the whole since bottomless. Bottoms up, cause I'ma just beat them damn guts to submission. It's in the job description, that's what I was missing.